Oh, hi there! Welcome back! I know, you're wondering why the heck is there 2 containment cells? Well, the first one, which basically is the Loyalist chapter, I decided we gotta make sure that the, spicy boys have their due time and what they got.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, long story short, I'm basically making this video back-to-back so that way we got all of them taken care of, and you guys need to tell me in the comments on either this video or that video right there, what other, people would you want to see me try to contain? With that being said, we should get into it. But before we do that, I've realized something. Why the fuck are there 71% of you that are watching this video not subscribed? That makes no sense to me. Try to make sense to me on that. Why is that there? You can't? I wonder why. Regardless, we should probably move on to this, which is every Primarch that is a traitor. So yeah, welcome to the Containment Cells.
Too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.
Our first nominee is Fulgrim, also known as the Emperor's Children's Primarch, which everybody hates Fulgrim, but the problem is I don't really hate him. I actually feel sorry for him. Why? Well, Fulgrim became a traitor because of, well, Slaanesh. Long story short, it was a sword that was basically corrupted Fulgrim. Long story short, basically there was a greater demon of Slaanesh that was contained in a chaos sword that Fulgrim found on the world of Lanier. Fulgrim basically regained control of his body, but eventually ascended to become a demon prince of Slaanesh. FYI, I think it was so bullshit what they did to him, and Ferris, he didn't mean it. I swear to God, he didn't mean it. Fulgrim is your brother. He did not mean to do what he did, but he did, and he's sorry.
Emotional damage!
In all seriousness, Fulgrim is... Oh boy, he's in the words of Bricky,
a sneaky snaky snake.
Yeah. Long story short, how would I contain Fulgrim? Oh boy. Fulgrim's one of those interesting characters because he works the same way as Slaanesh. In his original life was a pompous prick who thought he was superior to all. Even Lionel Johnson, who beat him in a duel multiple times over and over again, just because Fulgrim got pissy and said that it was his weapon, and then the whole bromance with Ferris became a thing, and, well, I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is this. If you're going to contain Fulgrim, it's going to be one of 2 ways. One, you're going to feed into his avery, or feed into his superiority. You're going to make him feel like he is the top dog, and then you're going to introduce him to a lovely containment cell that basically you're going to throw in at least 5 D-class a day to this guy. Why? Well, Fulgrim doesn't care if you're a chick or a dude. He doesn't give a shit if you got a hole or a pole, but if you're wanting to have some fun, he's down for whatever. Yeah, take that image as mind as you will, because I'm not going to even think about that. In all honesty, Fulgrim's I say this with 100% certainty, the easiest of the Traitor Marines to contain. I mean, he is one of the easiest to contain. There's nothing more I can say, besides one other, but that one's up next, and the only reason that he's even easier is because he actually would, more or less, he'd probably be joining the Church of the Broken God, so... Perturabo, also known as Peter Turbo, also known as the Turbo Boy, also known as the Autistic Guy, also known as the brother of Turbos. You can make so many jokes about Peter Turbo because it's so much funny. Literally, the first time I said his name correctly is the only time you're going to hear his name correctly spoken. Because, oh god, there's so many jokes I could make about this guy. You remember how I said that he would probably be part of, there would probably be one of them that was part of the Church of the Broken God, like literally 2 seconds ago? Yeah, that's Perturabo in a fucking nutshell. Perturabo is literally going to join the Church of the Broken God. Why? He's susceptible to cults. I'm not joking when I say that. Like, he didn't need to join Chaos, but he did anyways because he was just petty. Like, literally, he became a demon priest of Chaos undefined. He literally joined out of fucking spite. Literally, the only reason he joined was because Rogel Dorn was part of the fucking Loyalist chapter. Not a joke. The Iron Warriors and Imperial Fists hate each other. So when Rogel Dorn just said that he was going to stay with his father and make sure he was okay, Perturabo basically said, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go join these guys. Literally, just because he could. Now, there are some people that are saying that Rogel Dorn and Perturabo or Perturabo actually are really close friends. And the reason Rogel Dorn is basically dead is due to the fact that Perturabo is more or less snuck some way into making Rogel Dorn disappear and having a skeleton that was immediately looks like him. It's a stupid theory, but when it comes to Perturabo, well, yeah, he's impressionable. He's basically autistic, and he could join anybody, but he's probably more or less gonna look at the Church of the Broken God and go, yeah, that makes sense. You guys are just basically the stuck-up bastards on Mars, but actually fun. Let's do it. God almighty, that would be a fucking nightmare. And I have to see the Broken God Church with fucking demons and engines. Christ.
You sick.
Oh boy. The next one is the Night Lords, or the bastard known as Konrad Curze. Oh boy. Also known as Night Hunter. The Night Haunter, I spoke incorrectly. The Night Haunter, he is presumed dead. He was assassinated by a Collectus Temple member, and it's reported he's dead. Now, do I believe that? Not in the fucking slightest. Konrad Curze is a fucking degenerate. He makes... I still don't understand how the hell Konrad Curze is not a Slaanesh follower, due to the fact that even Dark Eldar think he's a sadistic psychopath. That's saying something. When you have the Dark Eldar literally looking at you and going, you are fucked in the head, yeah, that's the point of time I say, nope, I'm done. We're leaving. Goodbye. Adios. Eloto. Ooh, no. Now, how would I contain Konrad Curze? Oh boy. I wouldn't. This is one of the other times I would put an execution order on him or an extermination order, due to the fact that Konrad Curze is just one of those sadistic fucks that even if you contain him, he's going to find a way to get out. And when he gets out, he basically will be completely and utterly fucked. Speaking of which, I want to make something perfectly clear. You might have noticed that I haven't really put any, classifications. I hate to tell you this. Every single one of the traitor legions that I could fucking read on and research, all of them, if they're not Apollyon, like Konrad Curze, you're gonna fucking say they're not Keter, I will strangle you. I'm actually gonna make the distinction, but if I don't tell you the class, just know every single one of these bastards can be considered a Keter class. If I don't say it's Apollyon, it's gonna fall back onto Keter.
Sure your baby's okay. Oh, fucking crazy 800-pound silverback bursting through the trees.
Oh boy, we have Angron and the World Eaters, also known as the War Hounds. Back when he was a, nice guy. I couldn't say that with a straight face. Currently, he is a demon prince, and currently he has been banished back into the warp after the First War of Armageddon. Oh boy, Angron. Angry Boy does not do this justice. I say this again, I hate the Emperor for a couple things. One of which is he could have helped Angron way back, but he didn't, and it makes me, well, makes me goddamn fucking angry. I want to beat the shit out of certain people, and the Emperor is one of them. However, I will say this, it's quite interesting when you hear about Angron, because he really didn't want to be a demon prince of Khorne. He actually just wanted to be, well, loved by his family. And God, that went down real quick.
Blood for the blood god!
What's going on in there?
Sanity is for the weak, imperial fool!
That light!
Khorne smiles upon us!
Can't you shut the shades?
Let the rage engulf you! You have earned Khorne's blessings!
Oh yeah, what do you have to say?
Immortality shall be our reward!
I mean, just, you did not do shit for your sons, but you had the time to orchestrate his entire family, who he basically grew up with on a, you know, world that was survival of the fittest through combat, and you did fuck all. Fuck you, Emperor, you fucking prick. But in all seriousness, how would I contain Angron? Again, Angron's just, oh boy, how would I contain him? I'm gonna have to throw 999 at the problem, like heavily. Like, this man is going to be required to have 999 in his possession at all fucking times. And I mean, at all fucking times. He is not going to be allowed to not let go of 999 ever. Ever let go of 999. Yeah, and also, Angron is an Apollyon. I have to put it in there. Unless we get 999 in his hands, I don't see any good method of containing this motherfucker. Hi! Yeah, this is Future Artie. Real quick, I didn't mention this in the beginning, and a lot of people are probably going to say, hey, well, can't you just put Angron in with 999's brother, 682? Yeah, real quick, no. I'm basically doing the containment cells as is. Every universe, you have a specific containment cell idea or ability per universe. So, since I used Khorne for 682, I can't reuse 682. So, yeah. Fucking fight me if you think that I could.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the f-
Mortarion of the Death Guard, or the Dusk Raiders. Well, first off, let's just start off with the big-ass elephant in the room. The Prince of Nurgle title makes him pretty susceptible to how I would have contained Nurgle, but this is actually one of the few times where, well, I think Mortarion would probably be joining certain people than actually leaving certain people. You might be stunned by that, but there's a couple Traitor Legion people that actually would, well, join certain people if they had the chance. Case in point, Mortarion, I would say he would either be joining the Scarlet King or a couple others, but primarily, if you were actually able to, he would probably be joining either the GOC or the Foundation. Yeah, I can hear you say shockingly just going, what the fuck? But you have to understand something. Mortarion isn't an idiot. He's actually considered the second smartest or second highly intelligent primarch. He's the second smartest of the Emperor's children. However, Mortarion really didn't become a Chaos Marine. His co-captain, basically, turned him without his will, and it just went downhill from there. That being said, Mortarion, if we gave him the opportunity and actually told him there was a cure for his ailments and to save his, well, his comrades, he'd do it in a heartbeat. He wouldn't even hesitate. So yeah, Mortarion. Probably one of the most sad, I mean this by, I'm not joking when I say this, but one of the most sad stories. If you actually go read a book, it's just depressing.
Mini Magnus, come forth!
Magnus the Red. And to anybody who fucking spams in chat or in the comments, Magnus did nothing wrong. He did stuff that was wrong. I'm not going to say he was wrong in doing it, but he did wrong shit. He is currently a Prince of Tzeentch after he had to borrow Tzeentch's power in order to destroy the barrier and talk to his father. However, that led to a backlash which made him and mutated him and his entire goddamn chapter. Well, legion, I should say. His legion is that of the Thousand Sons, as most people know, and is, well... Magnus is a fucking idiot. I swear to God, he is a Keter. I'm not going to say he's not, but damn is he a stupid ass. He is a Demon Prince of Tzeentch, which he actually looks pretty badass, not going to lie, even with the nipple horns. But the one thing that Magnus, I know for a fact, has going for him is the fact that he'd be joining the Serpent's Hand without hesitation. And I mean without hesitation. They would accept that man with open arms and open whatever. I mean it. He basically is what he is. He is the goddamn spellmaster of the warp, so he would be going to the library as fast as he possibly could.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
All I'm going to say is the next person, get fucked. It's Horus of the Luna Wolves, or the Sons of Horus. The Traitor Legion that basically, secondly, started this all. Yes, I said secondly because the asshole beneath him is the one that did it, and I'm going to fucking strangle him if I got the chance. But that's besides the point. What is the point is this. Horus was the original traitor who fought his father. He died on the Siege of Terra as the Emperor destroyed his soul. He was brought back later as a clone, but since his soul was destroyed, that clone was basically, well, that thing was cannon fodder. Literally any of the other Astartes could take it down. It was literally had the only power of an Astartes. Now, how would I contain Horus? Well, again, one of the few times where I'm going to say this, kill order on sight. I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, but you just said you liked Horus. I do, but the thing is, he's a fucking badass and he's a bastard. He's one of the only Space Marines and only character in this entire goddamn books that have come out that has actually gone toe-to-toe with the God Emperor, who I'm probably going to be making a video later on, was able to stop him in his tracks. Yeah, Horus is an Apollyon, and I would be putting a kill order on him as best I could. Now, Lorgar of the Word Bearers, or the Imperial Heralds. He is a demon prince of the Chaos, with no affiliations. However, I'm going to say this now. Massive fucking kill order! I will fucking bathe in your blood, you goddamn traitor piece of shit. I want to kill that man.
Alright, let's see what this is about.
I want him dead. I want his legion dead. I want his chapters dead. I want his successor chapters dead. I want to make sure that man is put so far in the ground that even the worms won't touch him. Dead. I'm pretty sure you can see why I'm not really going to talk about this much. All I'm going to say is that he is currently self-imposed isolation. Basically, he's trying to figure out his own ideals. How would I contain him? Again, kill order. But I will say this. Lorgar, he is a Keter, but he is, I say this with all due certainty. He is one of the weakest Astarte primarchs. Why? The man literally has ran from everything. I know I probably said Fulgrim was the weakest. No, Fulgrim is actually stronger than Lorgar. Barely. But Lorgar is by far just... Lorgar is a fucking coward. That man is a fucking child. I mean, child when it comes to fighting. He would get his ass beat.
One of us tells only lies.
The other tells only truths.
Alright, that leads to the Alpha Legion's second Primarch, Omegon. Now, Omegon might be dead. Possibly. Again, with Omegon and Opharius, they basically have the ability to send their consciousnesses towards somebody else, more or less. However, Omegon somehow fucked up, couldn't do it, and he died. Well, shit. However, Omegon is a master at subterfuge. Opharius can actually be one of the greatest at espionage, but Omegon is the greatest when it comes to being subterfuge. I mean, you're talking about a guy who basically dropped all of the Terran defenses and was the reason for the drop site massacre almost. He was the guy who basically gave the idea out. We should actually call in our brothers, not knowing who's friendly, who's an enemy. And yeah, it did not turn out too good for most of the people at the drop site. I'm just gonna say that right now. However, it is probably one of the best, quote-unquote, events to ever happen. Hi! Yeah, second time Future Artie's coming in. I was an idiot and literally did not tell how we were going to contain Omegon. I actually came up with one that was pretty ingenious. We basically show him somehow a picture or a video of 096. Why? Well, if 096 kills him, well, his soul goes to another body, right? Well, not necessarily. If that's the case, then 096 would basically know that he knows what he looks like and go after him. So, by the time that 096 finally kills him, it would probably wipe out his entire legion, but hey, as long as he's completely gone, fair's and fair, all in all. And, well, yeah, Jesus criminy. That is literally all of the, well, primarchs. I will say the Emperor will be an interesting concept. If you guys want me to do that, leave a like. And if you have any other ideas, don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me what you think I should try to put in the containment cells. If you're part of the membership on YouTube, you get early access to these little snippets. Basically, the videos that I record raw, you get to watch those first, including all the breaks, the pauses, some research in the midst of the video, and also me basically sending little tidbits and Easter eggs your way as well. Now, with that being said, a subscribe would be much appreciated. And also, remember, for the Emperor! Gee, Christmas, that was a lot. Anyways, that's basically all of the traitor primarchs. Now, why the fuck did I cough? Can I get through one recording without coughing like a maniac? Or my nose being clogged? Oh, hell.